Hello everyone, my name is Griff, and today we are going to be doing Poseidon's Trial on Master. Now, Poseidon's Trial includes Freeze and Bog, and it also includes his Curse and Nihility, which is going to be kind of a detriment to my team, because I am actually running Dragon Eel Xainfried because I didn't have many other units to put on this team in the first place. I don't have too many Wind Daggers, and I also don't have too many Wind Wands outside of the two that I have here, so doing this as an entire battle was kind of difficult. And I also don't know this fight very well, and this is one of my earlier runs, so I don't know how well I'm going to do here. In previous runs, I was getting pretty annoyed at the fact that Maribel kept dying, so I'm just going to pilot her at this point, because she was dying to things that were completely avoidable in my opinion. And we're just going to hide back here, see if anyone dies. Hopefully not. No one died that time. All in all, this fight seems to be pretty derivative of the Void version, which basically means that he'll have these giant hitboxes that you need to watch out for, and I didn't know he even turned that one, but no one has me here. Now, Maribel is pretty cool. She's not seen very often because she's one of the starting units, and she did get a Mana Spiral, and in that Mana Spiral, they basically just helped her out with some of her abilities and stuff. And actually, Curse and Nihility has gone away. It's going to be reapplied right now, but I was able to apply a little bit of a buff there. Pretty cool. Bubble Ring. Which, I don't know if I think you just attack these and eventually they go away. Actually, I think I'm going to transform here and just use my Dragon Skill to knock him out of there. Yeah. That time he turned up, maybe not was baiting him upward. As far as other things that go with this fight, I would say that Gala Elly's Mana Spiral is pretty connected to this fight in general. And the thing about Gala Elly's Mana Spiral is that, again, it's one of these Generation 2 Mana Spirals and units in the sense that what we're looking at here is really making this unit available to be used in a fight with Curse and Nihility. Now, what's important about that is that Curse and Nihility is a huge detriment to a buffer unit like Gala Elly. Elly really benefits off of being able to buff units in her, that's really her whole power spike. So to take that away from her is huge. And what they did to do that is they gave her first skill a secondary buff, and I'm frozen, but I'm actually got unfrozen pretty quickly by my teammates here. They gave her a second skill that can be used, or a second buff rather, on her first skill that will allow her hopefully not to be removed by Curse and Nihility. It hasn't, I don't know if it's removed yet because obviously I don't have the Mana Spiral yet, and one of the most annoying things about the way that this new system is being done is that we won't get these Mana Spirals for a while. It could be until late June or July when we would see those units actually being able to be used at their full power in a Mana Spiral sense, because of how you kind of need to do these battles weekly, and even if you're doing them weekly, you don't have enough necessarily to get them all instantly. So it's kind of, it's kind of lackluster in my opinion, and it's kind of negative to space these things out so much. I would rather we just don't have access to them at all than kind of have this spaced out sort of way where we kind of have some of it, but we don't really have much of it. And the argument that these units are good enough to be used without the Mana Spirals is fine, but, a unit like Gala Elly is basically unusable in Lilith at this point, because she is so highly focused on buffing, and she just can't buff because of Curse and Nihility. So if you take that away from her, if you take away her real one niche and power spike, then she's pretty unusable in a negative sense, and that kind of ruins her character as a whole. So I'm glad that they're at least adding it back, and I'm glad that they're at least trying to make a change and trying to allow these things to be done in a better sense. I don't know how well it's going to actually turn out on the long run for these units, because, hopefully it will be fine, but the buffs that they're giving are basically just buffing them for Nihility. It's not really like I'm going to make this unit so much stronger, I'm going to make this unit so much better than what they currently are. It's really just, this is done for the sake of putting Nihility on a unit, or taking away the effects of Nihility to a unit. Now, the big thing about her, and I was talking about this in the Should You Summon video for Mercury and Ronzel, is that she gives a team strength amp, and I believe she gives it to everyone on the team. That's huge because we don't have anything like that currently. There aren't a lot of buffers that give full team strength amps in the game at the moment, and because of that, certain synergies can be added to where, like for example, Mercury gets a lot out of having a team strength amp. Child Ronzo rather, gets a lot out of having that. So if we could see more of those in the future, then we could potentially see an entirely different meta and different world where those things are the most important thing to the game. And those team strength amps really add a huge difference to the meta, as well as what's going on in general in the game. Now, I don't know if that'll happen, because I don't know how long we're going to have Nihility. That was super quick. That was a super quick run, but I don't know how long we're going to have Nihility. So, you know, it's really up to the devs to decide how these things are going to worm out. I would hate to see Nihility in an Agito Legend fight, so I'm hoping that they're just going to keep that out entirely. Just let the Agito finish out without Nihility, and then put Nihility into the fights afterward. They're having it just like they're doing with the Trials of the Mighty. We might have a failure to connect here, but that's fine. All in all, oh no, they just moved on. All in all, one important thing to talk about with the Trials of the Mighty in general is that for the daily bonus, completing the expert version gives you the same amount of convictions as the master version. So if you cannot compete the master version, or if you just want to skip ticket, because you can also skip ticket the expert and standard versions, if you just don't want to deal with it, you can just kind of do that and deal with it in that way of just, you know, doing 2 skip tickets a day. If it fulfills the request on the daily endeavors, and if it fulfills the request on the actual mana spirals. So all in all, not that bad, in my opinion. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to, you know, kind of just not have to worry about it. You just sacrifice your 60 stamina, and you're able to complete all the daily endeavors you would have. So, not too bad. Pretty easy fight, I would say. I'm going to just skip ticket expert for the rest of these days, because I can't really be bothered to play this every day, especially given the fact that we have so many skip tickets now, and we get 6 skip tickets a day. You know, I'll just knock down the skip ticket total I'm getting to 4, so I can slowly make that way to the 400 bonus. But we're just going to collect all these really quickly, and we're going to go straight into mana spirals. We're going to go to Gala Elly. And yeah, we're just going to hit auto, because at this point, you know, at this early, I believe I get 2, or I actually only get 1, because this actually costs 1 in and of itself. I believe I only get 1. Nothing too notable that I'm going to get, but I do unlock it. But it is pretty cool to see this type of unit getting a mana spiral. I really hope that they increase the amount of convictions going forward, because it is going to take a while for us to get to these units to their maximum strength. It's just, there's no way of avoiding that. So, all in all, I like the fight. I like Gala Elly. She seems to be super beneficial. I hope that she's as beneficial as I'm hoping. But that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.